Right, we're doing a film at the moment about Lotherton Hall, which was bequeathed to Leeds City Council by the Gascoigne family in the 70s. It's now known best for its bird garden. But when you come into a place like this, it's always best if you can get there 2 or 3 weeks early just to do a recce and make sure that you know exactly what you want to be filming and where it is. And always remember, birds and animals will only do what they want to do and not what you think they should do. We're going to show you a few cock-ups along the way. We're going to show you how to sort of get the best bits out of the birds, but it takes a hell of a long time and you might be there for a whole day, so just be aware. Anyway, these are the cock-ups that we did while filming Lotherton Hall. Yes, it is the cafe, but it's early in the morning, so we're going to have to come back when people are sat outside so that it makes it a bit more interesting. Graham, the sound man's just gone inside to purchase a couple of coffees. How very kind of him. He's getting his money out of his pocket for a change. When it's sunny like this, always make sure that you get your best bits first, because don't forget the sun moves round. And it's awful when you need a shot of something that's directly in sunlight. As you'll all have found out while you've been filming, it turns it black. So just remember, make sure you're there early enough to get all your best pictures first, if it's a sunny day like it is today. If you don't want to mess about making titles on your computer, then you can sort of make something out of this. Just take the top bit. So there you go, that title will do for anybody, I would imagine. So to let people know which part of the grounds you're entering, look for the sign. There's supposed to be one somewhere where you are. Now this is the sign for the Lotherton Hall Bird Garden, and it makes a good caption to lead in to what's happening inside. Now these are cranes from Africa, and as you can see, she's just laid an egg. But remember what I said about birds being awkward things and not doing what you want them to do? At least we've got one that is. Take these beautiful flamingos. Now they're asleep, so you're not going to get them with their heads up. So that means that you're going to have to come back and try again later on. But that's a white stork from Asia and North Africa. Now this is typical. You see the fencing round doesn't give you a very clear picture, but it's an Andean goose and it's from South America. Pity about the fence being in the way, but there's nothing much you can do about it. Now that's a marabou stork, but I'm having to take it through the fence, so the picture may be a bit jittery. So these are the sort of things that you come up against, but there's usually a practical way around them. Well, I don't believe it, the bloody thing's moved. Get it back. Come on, here. There's a good girl.
It's a boy.
There's a good, eh?
That's a boy, girl's over there.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. This is a white-napped crane. And that's the other one laying on eggs. See, here we go again. Now then, remember Roddle and the emu? Well, that's what a real emu looks like. It's nice when the sound man can have a day off. Now then, that big enclosure you can see in front, the majority of people head for that straight away because it houses the vultures. So let's go see if there's any out today. Now this is going to be very awkward, but you can well imagine why the fencing is so thick here, because that is a vulture. And it wouldn't be bothered about nipping a lump out of you. Let's see what we can do. They spread the wings like that because it allows them to cool down. Right, let's go in a bit. Now this is taken with the zoom because I've gone a bit further back than where we were before to get the young ones. Go see if you can get them back. I know where they've gone, the bloody awkward things. Come on. Well, after a quarter of an hour I thought we were going to be in business, but the damn things are going back again. Now this is the brand new enclosure where you actually go inside among the birds and walk around, and you can get as close as you want to them. But you've got to be very, very careful, especially if you've got kids with you. Bloody thing's gone. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Oh, there. Goodbye? What do you mean goodbye? What are you doing? Say it again.
What are you doing? Say
Goodbye. Hello, little boy. Do you know we're stood here talking to a parrot?
Who's beautiful? Who's beautiful?
Goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye. Watch the birdie. Watch the birdie. What are you doing?
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So this is the new enclosure and it's called Into Africa. Now this is the one where you actually walk around inside with the birds. The best thing about coming into this African environment here, this cage, is that you're right close up to the animals. You can sit on the rocks, you can observe them, you can watch them. In fact, the little ducks that we've got round us will even come and sort of tickle your fingers for you. You get a book, and in this book gives you a list of all the birds that are in here. Very interesting. That's why they get a lot of school parties. Does it tell you in that other one, Graham? Because it's not on this. And that's a Cape teal. Now these are the funniest birds I've ever seen. They tend to live in sort of a pack, and they're called the Waldrop ibis. A bit bald on top like. I know a few people that look a bit like that on top. Now that one's the little egret. Now that bird there is called a black-crowned night heron. That's a sacred ibis. And as you can see, you're literally living with them, walking round the paths. The birds are all over. That's an amacop. Like we say, you've got to be very patient when you're filming birds because they've got a mind of their own.
Colonel and Mrs. Gascoigne had 3 children: Alvery, Oliver, who died in infancy, and Cynthia. Alvery inherited the house in 1937 and, on his retirement from the diplomatic service, lived there with his wife Lorna Priscilla until his death in 1970. Sir Alvery and Lady Gascoigne made few alterations to the house, but enhanced it with oriental works of art acquired during Sir Alvery's service as British Ambassador to Japan and Moscow. Sir Alvery's only son, Douglas Wilder Gascoigne, was killed in action during the Second World War, and in 1968 the house and its contents were presented to the City of Leeds, together with an endowment fund for buying works of art for the collection. Many of the Gascoigne's friends and retainers continue to live on in Aberford and the surrounding area.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed it, and don't forget, everybody makes mistakes. No need to worry about the mistakes you made, that can be rectified, as we've just shown you. So, have a nice time filming, and sometime, sooner or later, we'll have another chat. Bye for now.